Okay, so the music committee, and this is the one I'm sorry that I'm going to be the one most involved in myself, because I have a lot of, well, training and opinion and insight about all of this. One of the tricks with music is that we need to remember that the music that we sing at Mass is prayer, and that it's not a concert, it's not a performance. And so generally what we're picking to have at Mass should be songs that everybody can sing. I'm also changing in terms of my understanding of what liturgical music is versus what other types of music are. So there might be some really great songs. So let's take, for example, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. You know that song. That is a very fun song to sing, like around a campfire. Or it's a really fun song to sing if you're doing a prayer service with little kids. Or it's just a very fun song to sing if you just need a quick pick me up in a difficult situation, and you need to remember that, you know, no matter what's going on around you, this light that you have inside you, you're going to let that shine. It's not liturgical, however. It's not the kind of song that you would sing at Mass. And there's a lot of great music on, you know, K-Love, and I love Christian music, and that's pretty much exclusively what I listen to. But interesting that that's the stuff I listen to for, you know, my personal prayer, for enjoyment, for pick-me-ups. It's not stuff that I would expect or even want to sing at Mass. And I'm not sure that I'm explaining that distinction, but things that we sing at Mass need to be much more definitely God-focused, outward-focused, not so much about me and God, but about God. And as a community praising God. So those are some things to keep in mind in terms of the music that we choose. So it needs to be liturgical. It needs to be singable by the whole group. Even though I know that a lot of kids don't sing at Mass, we can't present a song that even if they wanted to sing, they couldn't. We need to have music that, should they get the courage to join us as they should, that they could join in and sing with us. I'll come back to other points on that. Now, so on our list, one of the important things that we need to put together is the responsorial psalm, either choosing an already written musical setting of the psalm of the day, or the last 2 years, the cantor we've had has learned how and has composed a chant for the responsorial psalm. So both of those methods work. And we can start with one that's already written and then expand to learning how to chant it, or, you know, compose our own. You as a committee can decide that with the cantor. And that is the other thing, we need a new cantor. So who should we invite? And again, someone who's going to, they are like a lector proclaiming the Word of God. So it's not about the attention or it's not a performance. It's reading the Bible, but in song. So who are we going to invite to do that? And it doesn't have to be the same person. It just so happens that the last couple of years, I only had one person who was willing to do it, and that person gratefully was willing to do it every Mass. If we have a couple of people, then we can share. The music committee will also recruit the musicians for the liturgical choir and the praise band. And you might make announcements, although the better way to do that is to make personal invitations to people. You will work with me to decide on the music for the Mass, and then you will distribute the Mass plan to the musicians ahead of time. And we have a new online music service so that you can also email them links to the music and that they can download the music themselves. And then I say Mr. Avery here. Mr. Avery is going to be out for a little while, so we have to determine who our keyboard player is going to be. We'll talk about that, but we need to get the music to the keyboard player as well. We'll arrange times for rehearsal, and I know that's always been a problem, is when do we rehearse? It's going to be really tricky with Mass on Monday for this particular Mass, but let's really try and brainstorm how we can have... I do understand that there have been a lot of kids who have a musical gift, and one of their reasons for not sharing it with the community is because they didn't want to have to sight read or do it at, you know, on the fly. So how can we get a rehearsal time, you know, given how busy everybody is, how can we rehearse this music? And if you yourself are a musician, rehearse the music. And then this year we are going to have to prepare song sheets. And again, that's through this digital musical service that we now have. And one of the things we can download is the congregation with a copyright. So we're paying for it. So we're doing it legally and ethically. So we can download a smaller version of the song that we can make into song sheets. So that will be one of your responsibilities as well, is making the original copy of the song sheet. I will take care of the copying of it, but then you guys will figure out a way to distribute it. Given that the Environment Committee is so large, you might be able to use their help in the distribution of the song sheets. And then the last thing is to arrange for a tech crew to set up microphones. Right now, Patrick Berry is the person who is trained to do all of that, and so we need to be in good communication with Patrick about getting the sound system set up, and maybe some of you can learn to do that, although I think I might need both of you to be singing, so we'll figure out how to do that. Okay. It doesn't have to be someone on the committee. It could be someone from the Environment Committee who might be willing to help out with that technical aspect. Okay, thanks.